Hi folks, the Filipina P here. And I often hear a lot of you say that the Philippines sounds like a great place to retire, but that you're just too darn old, and you worry that your chance to start a new life has passed you by. Now, I often said that if your health's good enough, there's no age limit for taking advantage of all the things we have to offer. But why listen to me? Let's talk to a man who's taken the jump at an age where some men might have thrown in the towel. Meet John, a 67-year-old Floridian who's discovering a new life and maybe the promise of a new love. All right, John, welcome to Dumaguete and thank you so much for your time today.
Okay, I'm happy to be here and nice to see you and talk with you.
Well, John, tell us, I know that you've been here before, so tell us your background and how did you become interested in the Philippines?
About 20 years ago, I came to the Philippines for the first time on business. I did some work outside of Manila. The Philippines was just very interesting for me. The people were friendly, they were very considerate, kind. I said to myself, I got to come back here someday, outside of work. And well, here it's 2024 and I'm in the Philippines. Actually, this is about my sixth or seventh trip here.
Sixth or seventh?
Yes. I do like the Philippines. The cost of living here is good and there's a lot to do and see. It's a beautiful country. I've been to quite a few places already here and I really enjoy it.
Okay, so are you currently retired or are you still working?
I'm retired. I've been retired for about 8 years now. Retired from the U.S. Army and officially retired from my civilian job. I think it suits a lot of Westerners well here for them, and they like it here. Maybe they find a place that suits them, and of course maybe they find a lovely Filipina, and that's a good reason to come here and stay here, of course. So yeah, I've been divorced about 10 years now, and I want to move on with my life, and I think the Philippines is a wonderful place to find a girl and a potential wife. They tend to be, more conservative here, more traditional than maybe back in the West.
Okay.
And yeah, I think, I guess a good reason to be here.
So, if you're looking for connections or maybe something serious?
Oh yes, of course, something serious. And,
Okay.
I'd love to find a nice, a Christian Filipina and one with similar values and beliefs as mine. And who knows, if I find the right one and God leads, I could marry that one. And we'll just see. We'll take it one day at a time. I do prefer someone that maybe doesn't have children because, again, I like to travel. And if I find, a partner that also loves to travel, it's kind of hard to travel with children.
Exactly.
And it's not impossible. I see it, but it just is added challenge,
How about having children of your own with that woman? Is it part of the plan?
That's a tough question because I'm getting up there in years and I can understand the age gap thing and that can cause problems. So again, I want to be open and honest and but back to the children question, it's kind of tough because I know Filipinas love families, love children,
Right.
would want children. I'm sure most of them do.
Right.
And it's something we would have to talk about, and agree upon. But for me, as an older man, even though I have strength and energy still, and quite a few years left to go,
Yeah.
I think it would be hard and actually unfair for a young child to have an older person for a dad. I mean, when I was a dad and I had younger children, I love spending time with my children, and whether it's playing softball or taking them fishing and taking them traveling, doing things like that.
It's a tricky situation.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation, and
Right.
and you want to be fair to the child as well.
Have you dated a Filipina from your previous trips?
Yes, the last several trips, I've dated a few, and some a little bit more serious than others.
Okay. How do you find them? Like, do you go online or do you approach them once you get here?
Well, I started online at first. I was really hesitant to do that
Right.
because I feel that's kind of like a cheap way, you know, maybe like a scaredy cat way of. But you know, and you know, well, I finally broke down. I did it. A friend encouraged me, and just try it, he said. So I did, you know, and I went on one. I won't say which one it is, but
Right.
yeah, I got a lot of inquiries, and of course, you know, a lot of
ladies?
scammers,
And the ladies
and
was like, hey.
and I was, you know, I knew right up front. I watched a lot of videos, vloggers, including yours, and
Okay.
you know what to watch out for. And so I was very cautious and skeptical. You know, I did find a few potential gals that you know might work out. So yeah, I did meet them that way, and I also met a few like in a mall, just approaching, saying hi, or at the market, just out and about, or just in the street. I just met one the other day, walking along the
Oh.
boulevard, and she kind of smiled at me and just kind of waved. And
Did
well,
you get her
anyhow.
number? Did you get her number?
yes, I did. She and we're chatting. So anyhow.
Okay, getting to know each other stage.
So it's kind of a variety of ways, but I think the good thing about online dating, not that they're all sincere, but at least you know that there's someone that's looking. Okay,
Okay.
you know, if you approach someone in the mall or something, you never know, that person could be married or have a child, or
Right.
or just maybe have a boyfriend that could kill you if you made a pass at her. But anyways, you know, so again, the way I approach it, I just talk in general, and maybe
saying
just
hello?
become friends. Just say hello, you know, and
What's the pickup line? Come on, share it with the viewers.
okay, does this shirt look good on me? You know,
Oh.
okay, that's one of them, and that
Okay.
seems to work. And
Do I smell good with this perfume? Can you smell?
No, I haven't done that one yet. But
Oh, okay. Maybe you should try it and then let me know. How do you
Get to
get the
know a little
number
bit.
though? How do you ask for the number?
Well, I don't ask unless
do they
I'm
give it
really
to you?
comfortable,
Oh,
and
okay.
you know, find out first if
They're single?
she's available, she's single,
Right.
you know, and if I can feel some sort of connection. Yeah, you know, usually if there's a smile, or there's even a slight impression of
Interest.
compatibility and interest, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I'll see. You know, by the way, you know, may I ask you for your number, or WhatsApp? I have WhatsApp, and
Maybe 80% of the time they'll give you the phone number.
yeah, I think that's a good percentage. You know,
The success rate is a lot higher
Uh-huh.
than back home.
right?
Okay.
Absolutely. Wow, the success rate is probably, man, like between 0 and 5%. I don't know. You know, asking the same
Right,
type
right.
of gal, maybe the same age, the same beauty.
Maybe back home they're gonna be calling 911 or I don't know.
Yeah, hey, this
Or
guy
it's
is
just like-
stalking me,
Yeah,
and you know, I just want to be friendly. Hey, I'm new to the country here. I don't know my way around, especially if I'm in a new place. You know,
Uh-huh.
I like to travel around, and I like to go to explore. And if I'm in a strange place, even tell them, hey, I'm new here to this area, and
Yeah, making friends,
Maybe maybe
nothing
you can
fr-
suggest a nice coffee shop, and
Exactly.
and that would even be a good way of saying, hey, you know,
Maybe we
you
can have
could
a have a-
join me for coffee or tea
Exactly.
or something someday. And if it seems positive, and then I just kind of keep the conversation going, and if it seems like that there would be a possibility of a phone number exchange, well, then we go for it. I mean, it still takes effort, you know, and for guys to come here, yeah, so it's still going to take some work, you know, especially if you're an older guy, you know, maybe balding, maybe a little overweight, and or maybe short. I don't know. You'll still have to, you know, make an effort and you know, give it a shot. The girls here are still, you know, quite shy, you know. Some don't even want to talk to you, or they go running off to their friends or their coworkers, and they kind of giggle, they cover their mouth.
Yeah, we did that.
And you know, so it's not like automatic. And
oh, you're a foreigner. Let me just throw this out.
wow, he's a foreigner. I know people will stare at you in certain places, maybe not so much here in Dumaguete because there's a lot of foreigners here, but you know, you go to some outlying areas, maybe some of the provinces, some of the lesser known cities.
Then you'll be the only foreigner there.
Yeah, you know, where you may not see a foreigner all day, even if you go to a mall. Yeah, the kids, you know, the kids like to stare, especially, even little babies, you know, like, wow, look at that guy. He looks strange, man. He's white, you know.
I know, it's like, his eyes are, it's different.
Yeah, yeah.
You're like the novelty here.
Uh-huh. But again, you know, there are challenges here, and I don't think it's like all vloggers portray it to be.
Like all puppies and rainbows?
That's true. You know, it still takes some effort, and like you said, if you have problems back home, you may have problems here too. The girls here are not necessarily easy, okay? And easy to...
We like
they're
chivalry.
maybe just easier to approach. I mean, because they're friendly, especially to foreigners, because, you know, foreigners maybe are something new, you know, and maybe a foreigner has never talked to them before.
I've asked this question many times with my guests and other interview subjects. Filipinos are only with foreigners because of money. So how true is that?
Yeah, money is a very important factor, you know, and not just between the foreigner and the Filipina, but the perception from other people, you know.
Right.
Hey, look at that old guy with that young, beautiful girl.
Do you have the same perception that when you see, let's say, just like right now, there's an older gentleman and a foreigner with a younger Filipina?
No, I don't see that. I mean, they could be deeply, deeply in love. I don't know. Or it could be transactional. I don't know.
Either way, it's their business.
Yeah, it kind of is. I don't want it to be about money. I'm a simple person. I'm a frugal person. You know, I watch my dollars, my pennies, my pesos. That's me, you know. And I've been in some relationships where I've been asked for money, and usually I say no. And
what happens after that when you say no?
Well, one of them didn't turn out too good, and she ended it, okay, but maybe it was meant to be. I just want to meet people, get acquaintances here, you know, and maybe get some advice from other people. And I do watch, you know, a lot of the videos on the Philippines.
Are you getting good
advice? So it's I'm learning a lot as I'm going, and it's helping me, and but I'm still cautious, you know. I'm very skeptical of a lot of things. And
like what? Example. What are you skeptical about?
Just, you know, just finding the right one, and, you know, just making sure of that. I think it's just spending time and getting to know the person and being with that person, asking the right questions.
What are the right questions? Cheat sheet for the ladies who are looking for a, you know.
Well, finding up front, you know, what is that person's interest, future interest, goals, and what's really most important to them, and how attached are they to the family?
Oh, you're
Will they break away from the family, and and join you in the quest for joy and happiness.
Well, so far you've got great questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this, I actually have a list, but again, I'm not looking for the perfect girl. I'm not the perfect guy. I'm just trying to find one that I'm compatible with, that I love, that loves me, and so it could be anyone. Young, old, no kid. I don't know yet. We'll just wait and see. I'm open and wanting to find the right one.
And you're not in a hurry, right?
Oh no, not at all. You can almost see guys that they reek with desperation, and no, I'm not like that. I'm enjoying the moment. I'm spontaneous. If I get bored in a place, I just, I'll go to Bohol or Sikihor or just hang out there for a few days and just enjoy my time. If I meet someone, fine. If I don't, that's okay.
What advice can you give to other men in the same position as yours right now? If they're looking at, okay, the Philippines is a viable option. What's the best course of action for them to do?
Just acclimate the weather first, because it's so hot. And I know this is the hottest time of the year, but enjoy your time here, learn the culture, learn about the people.
Don't get married right away.
Yeah, don't expect them to throw themselves at you, because they won't, and be aware of the cultural differences here, especially like the money thing, and don't send money if you're online, and girls can really be convincing and give you a sob story and even send you like hospital receipts, hey, I had to pay this much for a doctor or dentist, and please help me. I'm really in a financial strain. And
they were alive before meeting you, so I think they're gonna be okay with or without you. So just hang on to your wallet.
Now that I think about it, I can think of more and more, but I'm not going to drag it out. But I think those are the big ones. But just come here with the attitude that you want to enjoy the scenery, the beauty of the land. There's beautiful beaches here. I've been to Palawan, and I've been to Sikihor, and I know you did a video on that one. It's so beautiful there. And
I'm planning to go to Palawan. It's like in my list. I have to before I turn, I don't know.
Well, come with me, okay?
Well, thank you so much for your great insights, John. It was really interesting.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you for saying yes. And the drill, guys. In just 3 more days, I'm going to be back with something fresh for you to consider. So that's it for today. Bye for now. Hey Mom, I've got some good news on Project Snag a Foreigner. I was just interviewing this guy named John, and I think he likes me. How do I know? Well, he said his favorite pickup line was to ask a woman if his shirt looks okay. And guess what he asked me right before the interview?
Am I okay, presentable?
I think you look great. And then he asked me to go to Palawan with him. Should I stay? Should I go? Well, he's retired military, and he might be looking for a wife. Sounds great, right? Well, I don't know much else about him, except he did say he watched his pennies, and he's smart enough not to go giving his money away. Mom? Mom! Oh well, back to square one. If you think about it, I'm kind of like your stewardess, making sure you stay in an upright position during the video and guiding you to the exits. The exits of all your worries about life in the Philippines. The captain has asked that you please give a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to this channel. And for your entertainment, we have a selection of other in-flight movies for you to enjoy. In the case of an emergency landing, place your head between your knees and kiss your ass goodbye. Have a nice flight!